Hello and welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. Today we are going to analyze the National Logistic Policy of 2022. What are the features of it? What was the need of it? The logistics sector in India, and what are the challenges as well as the opportunities of it? So, if we are going to deal with this particular topic, the very important facts will of course echo in your examination, the prelims examination. And from the perspective of the mains paper, GS mains paper 3rd, it is important that you know the analytical intricacies of the entire segment. So stay with me so that we can crack UPSC. There are many topics that we are going to deal under this particular segment, and that is why it is going to be of extreme comprehensive in nature. Moving ahead, let us talk about the news. Now, when on 17th September, the Cheetah project was officially launched by the current government, the Prime Minister of India said, like the Cheetah moves seamlessly fast, we need our logistics to be so integrated that merchandise and trade activities in India also move like Cheetah. It was launched along with the Cheetah project on 17th September. So let's know more about it. Moving ahead, as we see, first, we need to understand what are logistics. Logistics is basically the management of supply and transportation to deliver the goods. Okay, very simple. It includes from the end to the beginning. Not only the physical infrastructure, but also other infrastructures, such as in order to build a road, the regulatory and approval process should be smooth in nature and not very lengthy. That will cause the road logistic to delay. Apart from that, we can also say the same for railways. The railways specifically which deals in goods and freight, it should move in such a manner that it is on time, efficient, and of course speedy. So it contains many facets, from roads to railways to custom to aviation. And the components of logistics include that the delivery of goods should be on time and in good shape. There only the result will be good. Apart from that, handling of operations is a major part of it. The continuous supply chain should be smooth in nature, and the need to perform efficient and cheap operation. Not only efficient, but low cost is also an important component of logistics, healthy logistics. Now, if we talk about the logistics sector of India, the Indian logistics sector is currently growing at a rate of 10.5% since 2017, and it is expected to increase. It employs more than 22 million people, and it has been ranked 44th in the Logistic Performance Index in 2018. This was the last index which was published by World Bank. Remember this, a prelims fact. Now, it improved from 54th position. In 2014, it was 54th. Now, it's 44th. And since 2017, the government has provided the logistics sector the status of infrastructure. And because of this, it happens so, more and more investment will go into this sector. Moving ahead, another important fact, we have to understand that there are many challenges in the logistics sector. Our logistics sector is fraught with challenges. For example, industry is very fragmented in nature. It's not under one umbrella. Because more than organized players, we have unorganized players in the sector which do not work in an integrated manner, and that can lead to delay in trade facilities. Only 10% of the market is under the organized players. Infrastructure and road connectivity has a lot of regulatory and approval hurdles. In order to maintain a road, in order to build or establish a road, many regulatory process a person has to go through, and that delays the process. Apart from that, storage is another concern with respect to perishable goods. In terms of trade, if we have to trade in perishable goods, we should know that warehousing facilities should be very well available. And it's a concern because there is limited material handling method. Also, fragmented warehousing is there because suppose we have to export fruits and there are many warehouses in different regions. So if the port needs the fruits, it will take a lot of time for the fruits to reach the port for export, right? So in the same manner, we have to understand that warehouse is also fragmenting warehousing facility. Insufficient or of infrastructure to store the perishable product. And these are structural bottlenecks that we call. So these are the many challenges. If we talk about the opportunities, there are also many opportunities. What opportunities does India have in order to want to make it logistics sector more efficient? Tier 2nd and 3rd cities have witnessed a growth in consumption pattern, which has raised their demand for better infrastructure and logistics support. Artificial intelligence in India has a lot of opportunity because our youth is digitally sound. They want to pursue career in artificial intelligence, and that can lead to reducing cost, increasing productivity and accuracy with cognitive automation. Also, if we talk about merchandise export, it reached $421 billion in fiscal year 2022. This is merchandise. So India has a lot of opportunity. We have to understand that currently the logistic costs account for 13 to 14% of India's GDP. Many countries such as South Korea, US, Singapore, and even certain European countries have very low logistic cost. The ideal benchmark for having a logistic cost should be 8%. This is one of our aims, that we have to achieve the logistic cost of 8% of the GDP so that we can reflect our rank in the top 10 in the next ranking of logistic performance by the World Bank. The competitiveness of India's export is greatly reduced. Why? Because if logistic costs will be high, the export cost will also be high, and the competitiveness of India's exported goods will get really reduced in the international market because other competitive goods of maybe the same quality are available at a lower rate. Apart from that, we also have to understand that logistic industry in India has a lot of opportunities. Apart from the current ones, we also have many more in the making. So features, let's understand what are the features of the National Logistic Policy. It basically has 4 key features. First is integration of digital system. Second is unified logistic interface platform. Then ease of logistic and system improvement group. And how will they work? Let us know. First of all, we have to know the integrated digital system. Integrated digital system actually has 30 different systems of 7 departments integrated under one portal. And this includes roads, railways, aviation, custom, so that they can coordinate according to their departmental work. Then we have to understand another feature, that is a unified logistic interface platform, ULIP. This is basically when the information in a digital format which is related to transportation is under one portal, under a single portal. So this again will give the information about the seamless movement of goods. Ease of logistics services. What is this? This is a platform through which the industrial association can reach out to the government if they have any sort of issues. So this is the mode of work, that information will pass seamlessly, and according to the information, the departments will work. Another important point is, what was the need? First of all, we have to ensure that logistical issues are minimized. Issues will be minimized, work will be efficient. Exports, because of that, when logistic issues will be minimized, export movement of goods will of course get a boost. Small industries and people who work in them also work efficiently. Moving ahead, now if we talk about the logistic ease across different states, this was a survey which was conducted by Ministry of Industry and Commerce last year, in which Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana were in the top 3. The parameters on which the ranking was done was based on the quality of road and railway infrastructure, road freight rates, quality of warehousing infrastructure, along with others. It also suggested that developing sector-specific skilling infrastructure should be done. Apart from that, streamlining of logistics which are related to approval and clearance process should also be done. Approval and clearance both should be done in the blink of an eye after going through certain regulatory standard procedures. For this, the government can introduce an automated computer system in which if certain parameters are not met, the automatic rejection can happen, and if they are met, then automatic approval can also happen. Moving ahead, let us talk about the other things. How will it help other projects? Now, FASTag, as we know, was launched for the seamless and smooth, plus without any hurdle movement of vehicles. It collects toll through RFID, and because of that, the vehicles do not need to stop to pay toll. First, this information, this was actually the beginning of such a project, just a pilot project we can say. So this will also be integrated. Then we also saw how faceless assessment of custom is being done. So another point is that PM Gati Shakti, which was launched last year in 2021 October, with a corpus of rupees 100 lakh crore, will also get a boost through it, because through National Logistic Policy, the PM Gati Shakti will have enough information for other 16 ministries which are integrated under this to work in a coordinated manner, and their infrastructure will be built in an integrated manner. A single platform was also launched for the ministries to monitor the progress of various infrastructure projects. Also, in the upcoming 4 to 5 years, 200 airports, helipads, water aerodromes where aircraft can land will also be developed. And we have to understand that as our country grows through logistics, the information processing is a big part of it, which will be done through PM Gati Shakti and eventually National Logistic Policy. We also have to double the existing natural gas pipeline network of around 19,000 kilometers. So aspirations are huge, policy is huge. Apart from that, schemes such as Bharat Mala, Sagar Mala, Uday, and Udan will also be integrated in that only, because it relates to infrastructure and national logistic policy only. There are certain way forward or suggestions that we would like to entail here. The rail sector is suffering from many structural deficiencies. Right now, the freight movement is just 25 km per hour. It needs to move at least 50 km per hour. It can also think about moving on a timetable basis. Apart from that, freight movement should be eco-friendly and cost-effective. If it's not cost-effective, the purpose is defeated. Road sector, for this, the aggregation of small road operators can work with the government-supported aggregation apps so that the unorganized sector can eventually become organized. The size of our ports have to grow if we have to grow imports. We can learn from the example of China. And air logistics should be given a wing. When it comes to perishable food items such as fruits, they should be seamlessly moving across international borders if we have better aviation facilities. Okay. Now let us move on and look at our question. This is a previous year question. You can get a same question like this again. The Gati Shakti Yojana needs meticulous coordination between the government and private sector to achieve the goals of connectivity discussed. Okay, so try to practice this. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay updated.